Would it surprise you to know that according to the University of Portsmouth, dogs show us more facial expressions than we show them? This means our furry companions are highly attuned to our feelings. The downside is that it's extremely easy to hurt their feelings. For this video, we've picked 9 simple everyday things that disturb your dog. Without further ado, let's get started. Mistake 9. Using the same word for different commands. Dogs are completely tuned into the vibe you're giving off with your voice and what it means to them. For example, if you say, come, when you usually call them for things they love like treats or a walk, they'll come running to you in no time. But if you use that same come for things they don't like, such as a bath, they'll quickly catch on and might become anxious and confused, not really understanding what you're calling them for. Our advice is to use commands only when something good is coming their way. That way, your furry friend will always come running when you call, and if you have something less pleasant in mind, it's better to approach them rather than give voice commands. Mistake 8. Mixing different words and gestures when giving a command. Dogs can understand over 200 words and gestures, but, and this is a big but, their brains process this information much like a baby's. Researchers in Naples, Italy, found that dogs are much better at understanding our body language than our speech. This means that while they grasp the gist of what we're saying, it's the hand signals and body movements that really speak volumes to them. So what's the secret to better communication with your dog? Mix it up. Dogs that receive a combination of voice and visual cues tend to understand faster and clearer. The trick is to maintain consistency. Same word, same gesture. That way, you're not making your little buddy decipher mixed signals and thus avoiding confusion and anxiety. Mistake 7. Being contradictory with your dog. If one day you let them eat cookies from the table, and the next day you scold them for eating those same cookies, it will confuse them a lot. Or, if one day when you come home, you shower them with love and cuddles, and the next you scold them for jumping on you in a very similar situation, it can shake their confidence. Since dogs like to understand what's expected of them, it's crucial to establish consistent rules. If you allowed them on the couch yesterday but suddenly forbid it today, not only does it disturb them, but it can make them anxious. Try to always be consistent with what can and cannot be done in your home, so they'll always understand what they can do and feel secure. Mistake 6. Don't teach them angrily. They're very good at sensing our emotions. They notice everything, from the way we move and talk to the subtle changes in our scent when we're upset. A very good study showed that dogs trained with harsh methods, like intense shouting, become more stressed than usual. After all, their hearing is 4 times better than ours, and yelling while trying to teach them can confuse rather than educate. Dogs live in the moment, so when we get angry about something they did in the past, and this past could be just 5 minutes ago, they can become confused, upset, and often not even know why you're yelling at them. Mistake 5. Be careful when leaving them alone. When dogs are isolated or separated from us or other animals, it's not just boring for them, it goes against their nature. It's like if we were prevented from hanging out with our friends or family. And here's the point. Some dogs, when they feel ignored, may start behaving badly. We're talking excessive barking, chewing on our favorite shoes, and even a toilet paper revolution in your living room. It's not that they want to be disobedient. They're social animals, and being alone goes against their nature. They're just trying to reconnect with the pack. Studies have shown that simply being near the owner can lower a dog's heart rate. So the next time your furry friend wants to cuddle while you're busy, think of it as their way of finding peace and security in the crazy world they share with us. Mistake 4. Not giving them their own space. Just like their wild cousins, wolves, dogs really like having their own little corners. Without a special place to call their own, dogs can get very stressed. A study from the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that dogs with their own safe space are much calmer and more secure than those without. It makes sense, doesn't it? Having a small refuge can make a big difference in feeling calm and safe. We're not necessarily saying you need to build a canine fortress. Sometimes, the simplest things work best. Think about putting a cozy blanket under a table or setting up a comfortable mat in a quiet corner. And did you know that dogs that sleep in the same room as their owners tend to sleep better and feel even closer to them? Mistake 3. Too short walks. Do you know what goes through your dog's mind during a walk? Well, probably a lot more than we can imagine. A walk around the block for them isn't just about meeting their physiological needs, it's a morning newspaper of the animal kingdom. But here's a sad fact. A study from the University of Liverpool found that most dog walks last less than 20 minutes. The problem? When dogs have time to smell and explore freely, the walk time is usually 40% longer. That's a lot more information for them to sniff, and they love it. Have you heard of Elvis? No, not the king of rock and roll, but a beagle with a nose for polar bear pregnancies. Elvis was trained to sniff out pregnancy in polar bear feces for conservation research. This shows the incredible powers of scent that dogs have. So, the next time you're out for a walk, remember it's a journey through a world of smells. Allowing breaks for them to sniff is a small step for us, but a huge leap for your pup's mental well-being. Mistake 2. Not stimulating dogs' minds. Just like people, dogs can also face the challenges of aging. Our canine friends not only lose their zest for life, but also experience a decline in their mental abilities as they age. Researchers at the University of Bristol found that one way to combat this decline is to stimulate their brains daily. Solving puzzles can tire them out as much as a long run. Try diversifying activities with toys that stimulate their sense of smell, hiding treats around the house, and even creating mini obstacle courses in your yard. Have you ever thought about turning mealtime into a mental challenge? Toys that dispense food are not only fun, but also make your dog work for their food, exercising their brains. Mistake 1. Giving dangerous human foods to dogs. Your dog always seems interested in your food, no matter what it is. That's because dogs have far fewer taste buds than humans, only about a sixth of ours actually. So it's not so much the taste they're after, but the smell and the satisfaction of eating. That's why they're not as picky and can easily gobble up things we wouldn't even consider food. However, many of the foods we consume, like onions, garlic, and especially chocolate, are dangerous for dogs. So this item on our list not only hurts your dog, but can also lead to their death. And it's not just clearly harmful foods. Even foods that seem harmless can cause problems due to high salt and seasoning content. Studies have shown that a diet high in salt and fat can lead to serious health problems, such as pancreatitis in dogs. It's always good to have safe dog treats on hand. This way, when you feel like sharing your food with them, you can offer something safe instead. They won't feel left out, and you can enjoy your meal in peace. It's a win-win situation for everyone, right? Now imagine, you create cozy spots, comfortable beds, and countless nooks for your dog to rest, but they choose your bed to cuddle up in. Why do they do that? And what does the exact spot they choose on your bed, near your head, near your feet, or right on your chest, reveal about your bond with your pup? Check out this video that's here on the screen where we answer all these questions. Click on the screen and continue with us in the amazing world of dogs.